Hello everyone, welcome to Python learning series for network engineers. In this series we'll see how to parse device interface configuration using RegEx. I'll be updating this script for demonstrating how to parse interface configuration. So this script I have explained in another video where we have seen how to do multi-threading in Cisco device configuration backup. So I was using threading module, and here we have 4 devices. I was able to execute configuration backup on all these devices parallelly. We can see some of the sample backup configuration here with timestamp and the host name or device IP. And here I have a function called Cisco backup. I'm passing the device details to this function and handling some exceptions. Then this is where I was doing multi-threading. Then here it was running every 15 seconds for configuration backup. I'll be adding this script video in the description and notification. If you're interested, you can have a look into that to understand this logic. So I'll be copying this content and I'll create a new Python file here. _1_ regex interface parser. I'll paste the content here. I'll give .py as well. Yeah. And here we were storing the output into a text file. Now since we are just going to parse the output, we don't need this part, so we can delete it. And here we will change this to show IP interface, and here we can change the command to show IP interface brief, and here also we'll change this to and let us first print the output. Print show IP interface, and here instead of schedule and multi-threading, we'll directly try to run this on single device. I'll even comment this multi-threading part, and I can rename this as well to Cisco interface parser. Later we need to rename here as well when we do the multi-threading. Cisco interface parser, and I will pass one of the device lab_csr. Let us try running this. Okay, I have received the output. So from here we will try to create a dictionary with all these interface properties. I'll be writing a very simple regex logic using some space and non-space character. We'll try to identify this sequence using only space and non-space character. This is purely for only education purpose, but you will get even more sophisticated regex patterns in text, FSM and other places, but here using this concept you can understand how regex works. So let me copy this content. Now to parse it, what we can do is you can use regex 101 site, and I'll change this to Python. And let us start identifying the characters. and this is regex documentation. Here I already have a video which explains regex patterns and its logics. I'll add that video. I think that contains more than 7 videos. I'll add that also in the description. There I'm explaining a lot of regex logics, how to parse show commands and show version commands and all. So here we will try to start matching the characters. So /s means it matches any known space characters. So what we'll do, we'll try to match all these interface details. So let me just give /S and plus. So now it is matching all the known space characters, but let us keep writing. Now I'll give /space, and here this plus stands for one or more occurrence. This also I have explained in the regex video. We can see here. So it represents one or more occurrence of any character. So here what this means is known space character, one or more occurrence. If I give only one /s, it will try to match all the known space character individually. Now if I give 1 plus, it is considering this same as this. Okay, now after couple of non-space characters in sequence, we have multiple spaces, so we are giving in that way. Now here for all the IP addresses, we have either a digit or dot. Here in the next, the entire known space character range. So what I'll do, I will try giving /d. Now you can see it started matching wherever we have IP address. So what is /d? Here if we scroll down, so that means decimal numbers 0 to 9. So it is trying to match all these numbers. Now there is a concept called grouping in regex. So what I'll do, I'll create a group here. So the first word I will put it into group 1. Now you can see there is a green color for this, and that is in group 1. So all the interface names are part of group 1. Now this space we can ignore, and here but we have either digit or dot is there. So now to match both, we will give a square bracket, and here you should be able to see what is square bracket. So this indicates set of characters. So what we will do, /d and // dot we need to give, because we need to give additional slash. Dot is an escape character, so this is having some special meaning in our regex. So we are saying, but you consider this dot as a normal dot, not any special meaning. So that is why we are giving additional slash. Now that one we will try adding it to one group plus. Now you can see we have got one more group. Let me put it into another group. Yeah, now group 2 contains IP address, but now it is able to catch only the interfaces with IP addresses. But if you want to find out even IP addresses with unassigned or any other status, what you can do is we will try creating another group. and we will give pipe symbol, and we will give it started matching with unassigned now. So now even it is able to identify, because what this means is either digits and dot or unassigned. Now it is able to catch both the interfaces. Now group 1 is interface name, group 2 is our IP address or unassigned. Now let us keep writing the logic. Now we have multiple spaces, so we'll give, okay, let us just close this. Now let us just keep writing it, /s plus. So this means we are saying till it finds some character, just go till the end. So it is able to catch that. Then we have some non-space characters. Here also you can even give in more granular way, like yes, it should match with the capital S. Then again we have some space, so it is matching till here. Then again we have some non-space characters. Then again we have some space. This is just to understand the regex logic, but you can write it in more granular way later. Now here we can see multiple statuses. So this is what we will consider this as interface status. So this contains up or administratively down. So now we got one more group here, group 4. Group 4 contains now interface status. You can even create named groups where when you convert this into a dictionary, you will get the name as the key and the actual value as the this filtered output as a value. But we'll make it simple in this video, so we'll just write it in this way. Then we have some more spaces till the end. Then that also will put it into a group /S plus. Now you can see multiple groups here. So group 1 is our interface name. Then group 2 is our IP address, and group 4 we will consider as its status. Now we'll copy this, go to our Python script. Here we are already executing the command and storing the output, so here we will define the pattern. So we will call that as interface pattern equal to, you need to import regex here, import re, then re.compile. We are going to create an object here, the compiled regex pattern, and it is going to be a raw string, and let us put this logic in it. And we need to apply this regex pattern to show IP interface output. So to apply that to this output, what we can do is interface iter equal to the interface pattern whatever we have created earlier dot find iter, because we are going to have multiple outputs there, because it is not single interface output. Each time it is going to iterate because we have multiple matches here, so we will create an iterator here. So we'll do a find iter method. This also I have explained in the regex video. Then on this output we need to apply this. Now for interface in interface iter now let us just do a print of that intr dot, we will try printing first any one group. We'll try printing group 1. Okay, let us try running this. Yeah, now here we are getting all the interface details. Same way with each group we should be able to get the details. Now if you want to get the interface IP, what we can do is comma interface dot group 2 and interface dot group 4. 4 will have the interface status. So we are getting the details here, interface name, its IP and group. Now we will try adding this into a dictionary. So as I mentioned earlier, either we can use a named group or we can create a dictionary here. Manually we can create a dictionary. So I'll initialize a dictionary here, int dictionary equal to an empty dictionary, and I'll comment this and interface dictionary of this. I'm just manually defining some keys here. int, for the interface name I'll call int, and you can just give like intr dot group 1, or we can even give comma here, then int dictionary of IP comma dictionary of, you can give any value there. Copy this, group 2 and group 4 will give. Now we'll try printing interface dictionary here. So now we are getting it in a dictionary format, the entire interface details. Now if you want to create a list of these interfaces for each device, what we can do is we'll initialize a list on top, interface list equal to an empty list, and I'll comment this, and interface list dot append interface dictionary, and here we can print the interface list. So now we are getting the entire output in a list. So here you can see the interface name, its IP status. So each interface we are getting it in a proper list of dictionary format. Now if you want to print this in a table format, you can import from there are multiple libraries available. You can use Tabulate is one of that, which will create table from a list or dictionaries. So only thing what we need to do is print tabulate, and here you should be able to see the values what we need to pass. The list name we need to pass first, interface list, then comma, the headers are going to be the keys, the dictionary keys we will give as headers, then table format we will give grid. Now to see that, I'll click on Tabulate and press Ctrl B, and you can see some of the examples here. So in the tabulate.py file, so this creates a proper table, and table format you should be able to see here. The headers you can give keys, then it will add the dictionary keys. Then I'll search for table format. You will have multiple examples here. See, table format grid will look like this, and table format fancy grid will look like this. So any format you can give, even the pipe, there are multiple options in Tabulate, you can just try those. Now let us try running this. I'll comment printout of interface list. Now we are getting this in a table format. Now even we can give a fancy grid. Let us search for that, fancy underscore grid. So we are getting it in a table format. Now if you want to run multi-threading on this, we just need to uncomment this. I'll comment our function call and Cisco interface parser, and I'll remove the parenthesis. Now let us try running this on multiple devices. I need to give the function name. Okay, we can see it is trying to connect to all the devices parallelly, and for each device it is printing the table. All the four devices it is able to parse properly. If you want, we can give a additional print here before we print the table, so that we can identify which interface output it is. We'll do a print, and formatted string we'll put a couple of new lines, and then we'll put the interface name. I think it is device host. Interface details, and I will try running now. Now we can see which interface details are this. So 62. Yeah. In the next video we will see how to read all these IP addresses whatever we have received. For example, now it is considering everything, all these IP addresses as just a string, plain string. We'll try to convert this into a proper IP address format. Then we will validate this against subnet. We'll ask user to give us specific subnet to search. If IP matches with a particular subnet, we will just print only that interface. That logic will be helpful when you want to identify maybe the management interface IP address of any router or switch. I hope this video was helpful for you to understand how to do basic parsing using RegEx in Python and how to do multi-threading. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.